All right, so I'm going to show you exactly what I would do if I started over from scratch and I wanted to go from 0 to 10K per month all over again. I'm going to start with this overall roadmap that I created here that you guys should get a ton of value from. It'll literally break down step by step what you need to do. And then after that, I'll give you some immediate action steps that you can implement after watching this video so you can actually get your goal. There's going to be no BS, no fluff in this video, no flashy edits or anything like that. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So your goal right now is you want to make money online by any means possible. And basically, you want to create a life of freedom that you see all over social media, right? And I'm not going to run you through a list of everything that you want about different penthouses and all that stuff. I know what you want, and you know what you want. The most important thing is you want freedom. You want time, location, and financial freedom to be able to do what you want, where you want, whenever you want, without having to worry about the price, right? And chances are as well, you don't even care about the business model that will get you to that goal. You just want the goal. And you probably also tried some of the business models that are on the screen here, but they haven't worked. And here you are on this video looking for another solution. So the big question then becomes, why haven't these business models that you've tried in the past, why haven't they worked? And why haven't you been able to find success where other people just like you have? Well, that's what I'm gonna show you quick here first, because if you don't understand this problem, you'll never actually get to the solution, which is 10K per month. And pay attention here, because I'm going to blow your mind. Cool. So first thing you need to do is you need to understand the problem. So why aren't you currently making 10K per month online right now? Well, it's going to come down to one of two reasons. The first reason is that you're just starting off and you haven't had enough time in the game yet. And if that's you right now, that's actually perfect, because you're going to avoid the mistakes that 99% of other people make. And you're watching this video as a beginner, that's literally perfect. If you haven't tried any other business models, stay with me here. It's literally perfect. Second thing, or the second reason, is that you aren't worth $10,000 a month in value yet. And chances are, if you're watching this video, this is where you fall under. And that might not be what you want to hear, but it's what you need to hear. You can probably understand how other people are making 10K per month online, but you yourself are incapable of making $10,000 per month online right now, because you cannot provide $10,000 a month worth of value to the marketplace. Again, this might be hard to hear, but it's exactly what you need to hear, and this is what most gurus won't tell you. This is going to change your life. So the problem is not that you have the wrong business models and you need to go and find an easier one. The problem isn't that your daily routine is wrong and you need to do monk mode. The problem isn't that the market is too saturated. This is the real problem. You don't have the right skills to make any business model work. You aren't focusing on the right daily tasks that will actually move the needle for you, and you don't have the right strategies and information so that you can stand out from the rest of the competition in the market. This is the problem that you're facing right now. And once you understand this, you can actually break out of this loop, of this shiny object loop, where people tell you all these new flashy business models to go out and try, and you just keep jumping from business model to business model. It's really simple. As a beginner, you must focus on just one thing here. What is the easiest way for me to start providing value to the marketplace? Because you don't have skills and you aren't focusing on the right things and you're stuck in shiny object syndrome. So then the question becomes, what is the easiest way for me as a beginner to start providing value to the marketplace? This is what you need. So then we get to, what does actually providing value even mean? What even is value? This is how the world works, and this is how the entire economy was built, by the way. So basically you have this person right here that says, hey, I'm starving right now. They need food. And you have this person right here that has food. And this person essentially takes their money that they have and they trade it to this person, and this person gives them food. And this is what's called a value exchange. So one person has value because they have an excess amount of food, and one person has value because they have money. And they're trading that money for the food, and it's a win-win situation. This is what's called a value exchange. And so that's what we need to understand about value. Another important principle that you need to understand is what's called the rule of three, which is very, very important. So the rule of three basically states that we have three currencies. You have money, skills, and time. And if you're looking to get more of one of these currencies, which chances are if you're watching this video, you want more money, you need to trade the other two currencies in for that currency. So if you want more money, you need to trade your skills and your time for money. As a beginner, this is exactly what you need to do. And then this is also part of the value exchange. So understanding this principle that you need to trade your time and your skills for money, then you get to this point where you have a business owner here that is literally too busy. They're making pretty good money right now. They need somebody to go in like you that has lots of time right now. Chances are you have a lot of time because you don't have a lot of money. That's why you're watching this video. And you're going to trade your time for that money. And this is a value exchange. This is exactly what you need to do. And in order to speed through this process and really use this to scale, basically what you want to do is, as a beginner, you need to trade your time and your skills, which are very limited in the beginning, to make money. Then you need to take that money that you make, reinvest into building more skills by spending money to get skills. And then you're going to go back and you're going to use time with now more improved skills to make even more money. This is how you go through the ladder and you climb through the progressions of making money online. This is exactly what all your favorite gurus do. And so then we get to the most important step, which is picking the right business model as a beginner. This is the most important step that you need to follow on your journey. And so in order to pick the right business model, first we need to have some sort of formula for how you can judge how good a business model really is. And so I've basically created this formula that says risk should be a variable, difficulty of the business model should be a variable, and then demand of the business model should be a variable. And these are the three main variables that you want to look for when it comes to actually picking a business model. So you want to find something that has low risk. Ideally, it also has low difficulty, and then it has high demand. And if you can have a business model that has low risk, low difficulty, and high demand, this truly is the best beginner-friendly business model for you to get started with. Okay, so low risk, low difficulty, high demand. Keep that in mind. So now let's look at all of your favorite business models out there. Dropshipping, SMMA, blah, 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 all this trash. Well, not trash, but we're going to graph it on here on the spectrum, where on the y-axis we have risk and on the x-axis we have difficulty. So if we look at business models like trading, it's very risky. You can literally lose your entire savings of trading in like an hour. And it's also very difficult to learn and actually put into practice. Same with being a growth operator. Pretty risky, pretty difficult as well. Then you have something like running an online course or coaching program. Very difficult, but doesn't involve a lot of risk because in most cases you don't need money to start it unless you're running ads or something. You have stuff like e-com here where it has a ton of risk, but it also isn't that difficult. It's still pretty hard, but not incredibly difficult. Same with dropshipping. And then we have things like TikTok Shop that don't require a lot of risk or difficulty. They're like medium level. SMMA, same thing with that, and affiliate marketing. And so there are plenty of good business models out there because all of these business models effectively are in high demand right now because we're basically in a digital gold rush. But a lot of these are hard to start as a beginner. And so then we have this outlier down here that has low difficulty and low risk. And this is the best business model right here, according to the calculations. And there's really like two business models, but the best beginner-friendly business model, here's what you're waiting for, is remote sales. Remote sales, but you could also do copywriting here, but I think remote sales is better. It's easier to sell to people as a service because it's more common. So get started with remote sales. And if we take remote sales and now we bring it back to the three variables into the equation to see if it actually works as the best business model, well, it has low risk because you don't have to spend money to get started. It has low difficulty because you can go in and learn appointment setting in literally less than a week. Like my students in my coaching program learn appointment setting in like 3 days and they get started with making money right after that. And it's just sending DMs from your phone. Like literally, if you have a high school level of knowledge and communication, you can do this. And then also it has high demand because thousands of online businesses need help converting attention into money. And I'll show you what this looks like in a second. And then a bonus on top of that to make it even better, most beginners can make 3 to 5K per month in the beginning. And then you also have scalable income. As you get better, you can make more money. Okay. And so this is what a business in most cases usually looks like, where they have tons and tons of attention flooding into their funnel, and they work with the business owner to want to buy a solution. And basically all you have to do is you need to help them take this attention and convert it into more sales and more solutions being sold. Hopefully that makes sense. Cool. So then, understanding now that remote sales is the best business model for a beginner to get started with, now we get to step 2.0, which is information overload plus strategic goal setting. So now that you've picked the right business model, it's time to set some goals and acquire the right information to get started. So you're not going to hit 10K per month overnight. So when we're strategically setting goals, we need to set realistic goals that are actually accomplishable. If you want to make 10K per month, don't expect for it to happen in 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. Expect for it to happen in like a year. I would say that's a good goal. So it's important to implement the correct systems required to keep you on track. First thing you need to do is you need to take your goal, whatever this is for you. I'm sure you can think of something. And instead of thinking, how can I get this goal? You actually need to think the exact opposite. You need to focus on how can I literally make it impossible to not hit my goal, right? So you're going to list out all the things that could stop you from getting the goal. And then you're going to make sure that you solve all that, right? So example, if your goal was you just want to land a remote sales role, it will be impossible to do this if you never do cold outreach. So you need to do cold outreach, right? And so then your goal can be, I'm going to go and send 20 outreach a day. Ideally, your goal shouldn't be something monetary. It should be some sort of input that you can do every single day consistently. And setting goals is super important, but sometimes it can be very hard to stay accountable with putting in the work daily that you need to do to actually hit your goal. So that's why we have an accountability coach inside of my one-on-one coaching program, because accountability is arguably one of the most important things here. So now that you have the right goals, your goal must be trackable. Otherwise, you have no idea if you're actually making progress. So it should be an input that you're doing every day. So 3 goals that you can set right now before we talk about the next step is like super simple goals. Wake up and start working at the same time every day. Just stay consistent with that. And then focus as well on spending 2 to 4 hours a day researching and working on making money online with remote sales. Literally just become obsessed with it and just learn. And then focus as well on sending 20 to 50 outreach per day to land your first remote sales job. And so then when we set the right goals and we set the right expectations for inputs that you need to do every day, it's time to start acquiring information for how to reach them. Now, when it comes to getting information here, do not watch YouTube videos with flashy edits talking about best ways to make money online. I want you to also make a commitment now after watching this video that you're not going to watch another video talking about the best business model to make money online with. All that crap out there, because that's just going to get you on a loop where now I've talked about remote sales, maybe you're slightly interested, then you're going to watch that and you're going to start doing that. And you make next to no progress on any of them. You need to pick one and just stick with it, okay? And then also don't watch videos that are going to literally make you turn like your brain into a TikTok brain where it's just like clickbait and flashy edits and all that crap. Okay. If you actually want to learn, you need to look for the things that are checked off here with the green check marks from somebody ideally as well that has already done exactly what you're looking to accomplish. So you can learn like free classes, roadmaps, videos, case studies, books, communities, mentors here. I threw in some good examples of books that you can read. You can also watch content on my channel. But the best way to supercharge this, and if you really want to fast track your journey, is you should get a mentor. And you should get one-on-one help from somebody who has already done exactly what you are looking to accomplish. Now, that doesn't have to be me. So if you want to go and find another mentor, that's fine. Do that. Doesn't have to be me. It can be me if you want. But if you want to really fast track your success, go and work with a mentor. This is going to help you speed up so much of your journey, and your time on this earth is much more valuable than the money that it'll cost for you to work with them. So just do it. So now, once we get the right information, then it's time to actually start taking action. And this is by far the hardest step because there's a million things that can go wrong. So you got to have your bio in check. You got to have your profile picture right, post, strategy, messaging, mindset, clients, account restrictions, offer, interview. One thing I'll say is we help you with all of this inside of the one-on-one coaching program, but most gurus teach you like how to do 2 of these 10 steps correctly, which is why 99% of beginners quit after a few weeks of not finding success with outreach and like different business models, right? You need to have dialed in outreach that stands out. So your bio must be on point. Your posts on your page must be on point. Your strategy must be on point. Ideal clients, messaging, profile pic, offer, account restrictions, mindset, interview, all this stuff has to be in check. And most people, they end up failing here because they blame their problems on the fact that cold outreach doesn't work, or that this business model is too saturated, or it's too difficult, or online courses are a scam. But in reality, cold outreach does work. You just only are doing 2 out of these 10 steps correct. Business models aren't saturated. You just don't have the right strategies to stand out from the competition. And then online courses are a scam. Well, no, they're not. You just bought one bad course and gave up, right? So outreach strategy for beginners, we'll keep this super, super simple. First thing you need to do is you need to clean up your Instagram profile to really look like a real person. This is important because most people do this wrong, even though it's so simple. Then what you need to do is you need to start outreaching to 20 to 50 ideal clients a day using personalization, offer, and a pitch. And then lastly, after sending messages to these people, you're going to get people that want more information. So you're going to send them a personalized Loom video that goes over you, your experience, and how you can help them, etc. And we show you exactly how to do this here. And then interview as well. You need to go on and crush the interview. And so for an exact strategy, because if I went through all this, it'd probably take another 20 minutes to this video. So for an exact strategy, you can start using today and get to work with today. You can go ahead and watch the free 25-minute outreach masterclass, which I'll link in the description. And I actually had a guy DM me on Instagram just the other day saying he actually landed 2 sales roles using the masterclass and using just the free information. He's not even in the coaching program. He's used the free information to go out and get results. And he literally was torn on which one he should pick because he wanted to work with both of them because there were such good offers. So like this information here inside of this video is really, really good. However, inside of the one-on-one coaching program, we constantly iterate outreach to make it even better and to stay on top of the curve. So you can check out that video in the link in the description. And then lastly here is step 4.0, where once you land a client, you're going to go in and produce results with them, iterate and scale. So once you land your first role, it is now your main responsibility to produce results as an appointment setter or as a remote closer. So you're going to track your KPIs, you're going to iterate your messaging, you're going to slowly build your skills and become more valuable to your client. And this is the typical roadmap for a beginner in remote sales. So first thing you're going to do is, again, learn the skill. Then you're going to start doing cold outreach for anywhere from like 2 to 30 days is usually how long it takes to land a client. Then you land a client, then you do the work with them, you set appointments, then you collect money. And then once you do this enough and you start making like 5K per month, you can transition into doing high ticket closing, where most people, like the 3-year roadmap and progression is you start off by doing appointment setting, you make good money now. And then once you dial that in and do well with that, then you can do high ticket closing where you can make like 5 to 20K per month. And once you're making towards the later end of the range here, you can become a leverage consultant where you can make usually anywhere from 15 to 30K per month. And then with all this money that you're making and with all these skills that you're building, you can either start your own online coaching program or course, or you can become an agency owner or consultant where you really have like infinite potential with how much money you can make. And basically some of the one-on-one coaching students that I'm working with, they actually go in and they're actually looking for better setting roles now because they first started, they landed a role, they started making money, but now they actually have experience and now they can go back through this full process and land an actual better position where they can make even more money, right? So this is the full roadmap and this is the full progression that you guys can follow to get some results in the door. I'm literally just giving this all away for free. And so what I want you to do now after watching this video, this is the 10K per month action plan right here. The first thing that I want you to do, which is step 1, is you need to set 3 trackable goals around remote sales and making money online. So this can be, I want to make X dollars. I'm going to do X amount of outreach every day. I just want to land my first role, whatever this is. You can follow step 2.0, which was in this video, for how to do that. Then after that, after you set 3 goals that you're going to stick to, I want you to go ahead and in the link in the description, I want you to watch 2 videos. I want you to watch the free 36-minute success masterclass. It's a boring video, but it's going to change your life and it's going to change the way that you perceive how to actually be successful. And then after that, I want you to watch the free 33-minute remote sales masterclass here that breaks down exactly how you can land a client and step-by-step strategies for landing them. And if you have any questions about anything that I covered on this video, you can just hit me on IG for questions. But other than that, get to work on this and you take care and just literally crush it with this. Do step 1, then do step 2, then do step 3, and you'll be there in no time making 10K per month.